No.
No? Oh, it says you've arrived. So I think,
The one with the dotted. Yeah, okay, now I see
okay, all
you.
right.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Well, that's exciting. We can all see this and hear each other. So, well, Tracy, thanks for getting everybody back. I know you guys have had access for a while, and I want to talk about. We're seeing a lot of great results. So I'm actually going to train right to those results and show you the top 5 tools in the system. There are like 50 tools in our system, and I think that's what makes it so complicated for people. But on this side, we know like a handful of tools, and if I can get you to apply those to your business, you're gonna feel it. If you're getting trained by Jared, James, or any other coach, they're gonna want you to do exactly what I am showing you right now. So before we got on the call, I noticed Tracy invited a number of you to our mastermind group. Are all of you in our mastermind group?
Jamie wanted to, I looked last night, but I put stuff in. I don't have to. On Facebook.
Yeah.
They will be before they leave here if they're not.
Okay, so we need to get you in here. And the reason why is this is where we share all our latest uh, developments, all the new technology we push. We're creating new tools, and I'm going to show you all the new stuff today. But also, our clients come in here, like this lady Kathleen, and they share their results, right? So they're saying, hey, this is what happened. So on April 8th, this lady came in, it was a Monday morning 2 weeks ago, and told the crew or our clients this. This is a secret group. And I'm going to read this to you in case you can't read it, and then we're going to dissect it. All right. It says I wanted to share my results from L2L for my newest listing in my own neighborhood farm. I did a 3-day coming soon ad. I switched then to an active campaign. I pushed the post to my sellers, and we posted on neighborhood community pages and personal pages. I paid $30 for an ad, and I paid $21 for an ad. I have a text to sell writer and sent out the neighborhood letter to the nearest 250 homes. And so total 7 days of marketing, I got 82 leads, 10 text to sell, 60 people attended my open house, multiple offers. A neighbor came by and said how impressed they were with my letter and text code, and that I was ahead of 99% of the other agents doing that. And then another agent came in and said, how do we fill it up so much? How do we get so many people? To say I'm thrilled is an understatement. So, can you see that? Can you hear what I'm saying? And are we good to get going?
Yeah.
Okay. So, all of these tools that she just rattled off, or that I just rattled off, she used in 7 days, right? She got a new listing, she marketed it, and she used our tools to do it, and she got like 82 leads by the time of the open house. Okay. So I want you to understand what tools we're talking about. What did she do with that? So she had an open house, she had a coming soon campaign. She switched it to active. She used our seller, text to seller writer, and she used our neighborhood letters. These are actually 5 of the top tools that I recommend. So after this call, I'm actually going to send you an email. And that email is going to have this message that I just showed you, that I just read. And it's also going to have below it my top 5 tools. And these are the tools actually that most of them she used to get those results, right? And what I want you to know, because you had just mentioned Jared James, this is an office. I actually sent this message to Tracy over the weekend because while I was training Club Wealth clients and their coaches, my partner Scott was over in Florida training one of our big office clients. And this is what this guy had said. And I'm going to read just the basics so that you get what's going on. The founder of MVP Realty was excited to have Scott there. So on Facebook, he posts, "Hey, we're going to have Scott here. This platform has made millions of dollars in commissions for my company. In my opinion, it's the best lead generation system available to agents." And I can tell you, this is what I signed this office about 2 years ago. They train heavily on this because it gets new agents and not productive agents productive, because there's a lot of tools in here. And like I keep saying, there are a lot of tools, but I'm going to focus on 5. And I want you to understand it. You are going to have this email, so you don't necessarily need to write it down, but you can if you want. The number one tool is a listing landing page for your social media. In the message, it says we can auto post it to your Facebook business pages, LinkedIn, and Twitter accounts. And it captures leads. That is my biggest recommendation, is to turn on auto posting to get our listing landing pages out there. Number 2 is tools for your seller social media. So we actually develop tools. We probably email them to you automatically. And if you're like most agents, you just ignore them. But if you use them like the way that this lady was saying she used them, you're going to get great results. There's also a flyer, an e-flyer for your database. And there's also a print flyer for nearby homeowners, which is one of the tools that that lady, Kathleen, said she used. And then there's a home value landing page. If you can get these 5 tools into your toolkit and use them consistently, your clients are going to love you, and you're going to get more leads and more business out of it. All right? So let's kind of dive in to, again, what Kathleen was saying, right? She said, I did a 3-day coming soon campaign. So let's go over to listings to leads. Tracy, your listings flow in automatically in the system, right?
Say that again?
Yeah, I said, do your listings flow in automatically to your account?
Yes, we have the IDX feed within our local board,
Okay.
our MLS.
Cool. So let me change this date. Let me see if I can do this. Give me a second. Well, I'm going to go straight to the tool. So the number one tool that this lady was saying was that she used the coming soon campaign. So she got her listing in. Now you can't get coming soon in before the MLS, right? You just can't, because it's not in the MLS, so it doesn't auto sweep. So you have to physically create it, and you can do that on the listing page. But once you've done that, we have a task list, right? And on the top task says your social media. This is the listing landing page, right? And I'll wait. It takes you're a little bit on a lag. But this listing landing page is an awesome tool to capture leads. It has one big picture of the home in front of it. And then there's a blue button on the right that says continue with Facebook. And continue with Facebook, if I click it, you're going to see a flash in the middle of my screen. That's us reaching into Facebook, getting the name and email of the person who clicked it, delivering it to you, say thank you, and then we drop them on the single property website, right? So we created the listing landing page. We created the single property website. The key is, how do you get the landing page out there so that people can click on it and you can capture leads, right? And typically, if your listings are flowing in automatically, we're emailing you a bunch of tools. Do any of you use our tools?
Yeah.
Great. So when we do that, you kind of, the instructions are open it up, open the email, and then copy a link like this that we give you, and go put it on your social media, right? Go share it on your Facebook and your Twitters and your LinkedIns, because whenever somebody clicks on it, boom, you've got a lead, right? So that is, at coming soon, exactly what this lady is telling you she did. She took that tool that I just showed you, she put it on Facebook and ran a campaign for 3 days. And that was like You know, that's what she did. Then she ran a campaign with the same exact listing. She changed the status from coming soon to active, ran an ad for 30 bucks. And then after that, she ran it for open house for 21 bucks. So she didn't spend a lot of money. She just took the tools and got them out there on the internet, right? So let me go over and show you now kind of a shortcut, right? Instead of you opening the email and copying and pasting and write your own ad, you could actually turn on auto posting. Now, if you're looking at my listings, here are all your listings. You got to go in and set your own open house. You click edit over here and you save the open house. But when you go to the task list, and I did this before the call, I set an open house before the call, right? Before we got on the phone together. And at that point, I can go to my task list and do the number one tool, which is share the listing landing page. But I wanted you to see that there's a little section here that is new. And so when you see the landing page here, this is for an open house, there's a ticking clock on it, right? And there's some lead capture there. But up above is a little box and it says it was auto posted. And if you want to see what that looks like, you can click on Facebook. And when you click on Facebook, it takes us to the actual auto posted ad. And so this is kind of what I'm trying to get for you to understand, is you can do this all manually. You can open up your email and you can copy it and you can paste it on your Facebook business page and you can write something really smart about it. And you should also put some emojis in there because more people click on your ads when you have emojis. But it's going to look like this. Ideally, it looks like this. And oddly enough, for a lot of agents, this is to do this manually it takes some time. This got up here automatically. So I didn't have to touch it. All I had to do was save the open house date and time, and it posted automatically to my Facebook business page, to my Twitter, and to my LinkedIn account. That's what I would like all of you to do. Not only because it looks nice, but when somebody clicks on it, it opens up our listing landing page. And when our listing landing page opens up, well, this is all designed to capture leads for you, right? There'll be a little blue continuous Facebook button on the right. There'll be a picture of the home in the background. And because it's time sensitive, there'll be sort of a Mission Impossible ticking time bomb on the left, right? So this is designed to get you leads. And this is one of the tools that nice lady, Kathleen, said that she used, right? An open house ad for $21, right? She wrote the ad and she pushed it like this. Now, she may have did it by hand. You could have done it automatically by turning on our auto posting. And like I showed you just a minute ago, we would have put the picture, we would have put emojis, and we put a call to action to click to get more information. So this can all be done automatically. And then what I would recommend to all of you, I don't know if you can see it, but down below the green bar is a button on the right that says boost. From a Facebook advertising perspective, you should be boosting at least one ad about any home, whether you're the listing agent or not, every week for $20. For that $20 ad, I'm gonna kind of guess 4,000 to 6,000 people will see that in your local area on Facebook. Some of them will click that ad. And when they click that ad, this page is going to pop up. And that page is going to say, hey, if you want more information on this home, click here, continue with Facebook. And then you capture their lead. So I'm kind of jumping in a few different directions here. So let me repeat it. On Facebook, you should be boosting or running an ad once a week for $20 for 4 days to be seen by about 5,000 people. All right? Now, you could do it yourself. You could pick up the link as we email it to you, and you can copy it and you can write it so it looks really cool like this, or you can just turn on auto posting and we'll do it for you, and then you just go down there and boost. So back to this call of what this lady Kathleen was saying. She took that listing landing page and she just updated the status. She went from coming soon then she went to active, then she went to open house. All right. Now she also says she's got a text to sell thing there, and she also used the neighborhood letter. So the neighborhood letter is actually one of the top 5 tools. And if we go to the task list, you're going to see down below that there's something called a print flyer for nearby homeowners. And the print flyer for nearby homeowners is really, really cool. It's really powerful. And so let's click on that and let's look at that. This tool can be downloaded.
Can I stop?
Yeah.
Can I stop you for 1 second then?
Yeah.
Okay, so the whole coming soon thing, are we going to have to manually enter the listing then? Because if we're putting coming soon, it's not in our MLS yet.
That's totally correct. Now, we're not like the
Okay.
we're not like the MLS, and the market is not like the MLS, right? It's coming soon, so there's very little information on it, right? And I'm now on the listings page, and on the top of the listings page is a green button, and it says Add Listing. If you click that, there's an option to add a listing. And then you just need the address, and you can take a photo with your smartphone of the front, and you can say, well, it's in this area, and blah, blah, blah. Fill this out to get the price as soon as it's listed. And then once you've done that, well, then the tools are ready. The whole toolkit that I was showing you earlier is ready. Does that make sense, Tracy?
Is it going to feed then, at that point then after we manually enter it, in a week or so when it's on our MLS, is it going to still feed into here then?
It is going to feed into here, and then you can merge the two together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
A whole other thing that's coming soon. Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about what we need to understand here is that there are a lot of tools that you can use, but that there are 5 top tools that I want you to become very familiar with. The number 1 tool is the listing landing page for your social media. And that's why it's number 1 on my list. The listing landing page for your social media is this. It's this big photograph. We got to wait a second because you're a little bit lagging. The number 1 tool is the listing landing page. It has a big photograph of the home. This one is an open house, so there's a ticking thing. If it's active, it doesn't have a ticking clock on it, right? It's just going to say just listed. If it's coming soon, it's going to say coming soon, right? And then for them to get more information, they got to click continue with Facebook. So the whole point of this is number 1 is that tool, that listing landing page. Now, number 4 on this is a print flyer for nearby homeowners. And that's what I was showing you just a minute ago. And I'm going to go back to my open house to show you that. And then I'm going to give you some kind of examples of what people are doing with this. So the print flyer for nearby homeowners, we created at every status. And while I continue to go back to this open house because I want you to see the open house, you should be doing this when a home is coming soon, when a home is just listed, when a home is open house, and maybe if you want, you could do it at pending, but you definitely got to go through these steps when it's just sold. So this is the print flyer for nearby homeowners. And, it's actually not the sexiest high-teching looking tool in the world. It just says, I'm selling a home in your area. We have an open house on this time. If you want more information, you can click this link or go to this website and get information. But I think the most important part of this letter is not to tell people that you just listed something or that you have an open house or that you sold something. It's down at the bottom. And it says when this home sells, it's going to affect your home value. And then you can go right to that web address and get your free home value. So if you're selling a home in a neighborhood where you want to get more listings, this letter is incredibly powerful. That's why it's number 4 on my
I have one agent that's in the room here, she just started doing that last week.
Oh, good. Awesome.
Yeah, so she's been farming one area with the same, she's hitting the same people consistently, and she's running this ad, and she just mailed out that exact letter last week. So we're excited to see the results on that.
Cool. Cool. I'm taking you back to our mastermind group, and I think you're all in there. If you're not, you should get in, and the easiest way is to friend Tracy or myself, and we can pull you in. And if you look up the name Dustin, you're going to see his number 1 post is almost a year old. It's from July. There's 190 comments on it because there are a lot of agents that are jumping on this bandwagon and talking about what they're doing. And you may not be able to read this, so I'm going to give you the highlights. He took this letter, he, he, he put it in a black envelope, and he mailed it to 250 homes. He got 10 listings out of that. In his market, the average commission was $17,000. So he puts it in a nice envelope. He's got his little calendar in there. He's even got a little 1-page testimonial thing from Zillow in there. So it looks like a custom real letter from somebody, so that they don't. So, and the strategy is don't let people throw it away. Okay. Now, other agents, they just simply download this and they door knock it. And if you look at all the comments, you're going to see that a lot of people, they hold open houses for other people. They hold their own open house. They will just print this and door knock, and they're going to get listings out of it, right? So let me show you, because that story of Dustin, he literally, it cost him $625 to mail it to 250 homes, and he had to find all the addresses and all that fun stuff. Cheyenne is a new client to us. She started with us in January, and she joined us. I never spoke to her. I think she joined us because she heard about our landing pages and all the people having great results from that. And I could tell from her questions in our mastermind group that she cannot understand Facebook advertising. She just struggled with it. I don't know if she's ever gotten it yet. But what she finally did is she got that letter. She door knocked for 7 hours, 200 homes, and got 4 listings and got 6 buyer leads. So,
and it didn't cost $600 in stamp either.
Exactly. So that's why it's my top 5 tools, right? It's one of the top 5. And I repeat myself over and over because when we get off this call, I want you to use these top 5 tools. The listing landing page, I think you understand. The print flyer for nearby homeowners, I think you get. So one of the other things that Kathleen was using, the lady who got all those incredible results from her 7 days of marketing with our tools, she used another letter that was designed for the sellers. And those are one of those tools that we automatically create and we send to you, and ideally you use them. And our clients love it, and not only will our clients love it, your clients are going to love it because they're going to see that, 1, you're marketing, and 2, you're kind of marketing throughout the whole process. So this tool is the second tool in the task list, and it says seller social media posts for your seller. So if we open that up, you're going to get an email on this, and you could just forward it and wipe out what we gave you. But here I'm going to just stay in the task list and show you. At the bottom of the message is some language in between 2 red lines. In this case, I can copy it. In your case, you can just open the email and forward it, but delete all the instructions before you send it to your client. And then you send it to your client, and you just say, hey, dear Bob or Jane or whatever their name is, would you put that on your wall, right? Would you just take it and put it on yours? I'm boosting things, and I got it in the MLS, and I got all this stuff going on. I might have done it too soon. Let's see here. Yeah, close. Facebook is acting a little weird for me. It was trying to. There we go. There we go. There we go. Let's see here. Yeah, it was waiting to pull up the photograph, and now it's ready. So this is what it looks like when your client puts it on their Facebook wall. And I'll wait for you guys to get there. The point of it is obviously to let everybody know that there's an open house, right? And the tool reads like, we're having an open house, and Vincent Meza at Lafayette Realty is doing a lot of marketing for it and expect great turnout. But please share this with anyone, right? So the homeowner is kind of mentioning like, we're having an open house, and would you share it? But most important for you, if you get this to your client and they put it on their Facebook wall, they're basically telling all of their friends and family and colleagues on Facebook that you're their realtor. And those are the exact people that you want referrals from, right? So we create this tool when a home is just listed. We create it when it's coming soon also, right? But the point is, and we definitely create it when it's just sold. This is to tell all of the friends and family on Facebook that you are their realtor, their friend's realtor. All right? Obviously, if you click that picture or you click that post, it's going to pull up the listing landing page. And as you know, or I think it might be the single property website, I can't remember. Yeah, this is the single property website. This is a great tool because it shows all the information on the home. It says you've got an open house up on the top right. And then when the call to action pops up on the left, that call to action says, hey, this is time sensitive. If you want information, carry on, right? Click continue with Facebook. Okay? So the point of that whole long convoluted story is we create tools to help you get referrals. They only work if you use them. If you ignore them or delete them, they really don't do anything for you. If you want more referrals, I recommend you use this definitely at just listed, at every open house, and definitely when it's just sold. So let's go look on my other listings. I have a
Do we have that as far as the text, click or text?
You have it already, yeah.
Number?
You're what do you mean?
Okay, that's not extra.
I'm sorry. Repeat that a little bit. You're kind of muffly because you're far from that machine, that phone.
So on that photo, it said click here or text such and such number to get more info.
Oh.
Is that included in our package? Do we have those texting numbers?
I don't know if you do. That's our text IVR.
I don't think.
Yeah, that if you did, then that number would be up there and it would be there, and that helps.
Okay, we don't.
Yeah, we have like a group price for that if you want to talk about that after the fact. What I've done, I've come over here to a sold property, and I want to just drive this.
Oh, can you hold on 1 second? We got a question.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
We are not to that, but with us being on a group, could each one of us individually subscribe for 10 numbers or?
Yeah. So you are in a group account. Tracy, how many people are in your group? Do you know?
I think 15.
15.
Yeah. 10 to 15 of us, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So that means, well, the short answer to your question is yes, each of you could log in on your agent account and you could each sign up for $10 and you get 10 codes. But because you're part of an office, if Tracy said, Vince, we want it at the office, it would cost $40 and you would all have unlimited codes. So you can decide what you want to do there. Okay.
Is that 40 a month?
Yes.
Is that 40 per group or 40 per agent?
No, that is 40
a month.
all of you. Yeah. Well, first of all, for a single agent, it's $10 a month for 10 codes. So if 4 of you signed up, it would be $40 a month. Or you could say, Vince, I want the group plan and $40 a month gets all of you covered with unlimited codes.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So that's a pretty good deal. Okay, you can talk about that then.
Yeah. Now, what I'm showing you right now is the seller's tool, the seller social media tool for Just Sold. And I don't know if you can see this here, but basically it says our home is sold and we want to recommend Vincent Meza L2L Realty for doing an excellent job. And here is his phone number and email address. Again, this is a testimonial basically, automatically generated. And all you got to do is get it to your client and ask them to put it on their Facebook wall. Does that make sense? What I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. That's why that is the number 2 tool on my top 5 tools. Because our clients, they love online leads. They really like referrals, and people get a lot of exposure with that. So number 3 is a flyer for your database. Do you have flyer? Do any of you have CRMs?
Well, yeah, in this room, we're all using the Jared James Gardner Media CRM.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Okay, cool. So if you have a CRM, I'm going to assume you all have a drip campaign, right? And those are either going.
Working on it.
Okay. So let me tell you about you. We all need drip campaigns. That's the whole point of having a CRM, not just to look at a list of your people, but to kind of communicate with them. And the best drip campaigns I have seen or heard of, they don't really get your phone ringing off the hook, right? They're just there and they're getting kind of a constant touch. And if you're lucky, they kind of remember you and they go, yeah, we need something. But down here on this task list is something that says e-flyer for your database. And this flyer looks a whole heck of a lot like that print flyer for nearby homeowners. It's going to have your logo. It's going to say, hey, I've got an open house, or I just listed something, or I just sold something. And right from their email, they can click. It looks like you're stalled, so I'm going to kind of wait for you to catch up. Right on that email, they can click on a link. And did I lose you, Tracy?
I can hear you. I just don't see. I see the screen, but
yeah. And you're looking at my list. Is that right? Like a bunch of properties.
Yeah, I'm looking at your screen.
Yeah, I'm actually because I can see my screen and yours, and I'm a little bit ahead of you. So why are you stuck? I see something that says you're offline, but yeah, I see something. Yeah, for some reason you left. Let's give it a minute, because you called me from. It looks like you left the meeting.
No, I didn't touch anything.
Yeah, I'm just looking at. Okay, it says you're offline. Do you have the ability to open up that email again and get back to this call?
Yeah.
Let's try that.
Okay.
So while Tracy is doing that, I want to ask you guys something. And this is for all the agents.
I feel like it's longer up. Not really do anything.
Yeah, you look offline from here. So guys, do any of you run ads on Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay. So I need to give you some latest updates. We've known this for about 30 days, and it's very important that you understand what I am saying. Because of the recent lawsuit that Facebook has faced because of HUD advertising and because of some of the election weird nonsense, they've got a lot of pressure inside Facebook, and they are really kind of policing the ads that people are running. And there are 4 things right now that are happening across the country that are getting realtors' business pages shut off, completely shut down. I want you to know what these are so that you don't make these mistakes. You cannot target by age. In the past, I would tell you not to run ads for people under 25 or 30 years old. Ignore if you ever heard us say that. If you target by age, you can get your business account shut off completely. Do not target by gender. You should have never done this since this is against the rules for NAR, but agents do it and it's creating a lot of trouble, and don't do that. You cannot target by zip code. This freaks people out because that's a very common thing, and we actually trained for years to target by zip code. You can target by Gary, Indiana, and 15 miles around. You can type in the name of the town, but you can't type in the zip code of the town. Okay? And the fourth thing is you cannot target by employer. So let's say you had like a big General Motors office in your neighborhood. You knew people were coming. If you target by employer, you can get your account shut off. If you target by title, like doctor or lawyer or something, you shouldn't run into trouble, at least not today. But the employer thing does seem to be an issue. So Tracy, I don't see you guys coming back online. What's happening over there?
I have no idea. We're just locked up, and I'm going to have to restart, so I'm afraid I'll lose you.
Well, we're on the phone, so we're kind of here okay together. Did all of you understand what I was saying about the latest reasons to get your account shut off on Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay. These are freaking people out. We still have clients running ads, and they're doing just fine. And I got to tell you this, in case you don't know, Facebook people, they are on Facebook 40 minutes a day in the United States. Okay, they're on, and there's probably no other site that people are on as long every day than Facebook. So you do want to be there. You got to put up with the changes that are happening there. Tracy, did I lose you?
Yeah, I'm trying to restart the computer screen, but you can keep talking.
Yeah, no problem. Because it did say that you left, so that's because you're rebooting. Yeah. And so we do got to put up with Facebook. You can do these kinds of ads on Google. They're a heck of a lot more expensive, right? They're just really expensive. So yeah, that's kind of my story of, the Facebook side. I'm going to wait for you a second to see if we're here. Do you have any questions so far?
Yeah. Hey, so I'm going to move the book right now, but it's not letting me take age out. It gives a little age thing, and I'm not from 18 to 65 plus.
I'm sorry. Right. Can you repeat that? You're talking about age, so go ahead. Yeah, so it's giving you a default age. Just leave it alone.
Okay. So if you choose the default and let Facebook pick the audience, then you're fine.
That's right.
But if you start picking your own audience, that's when you have a problem.
I think so. I think that is exactly correct. It looks like you're back online.
We're back.
Wow, not bad.
I don't know how long, but we're back.
All right. So, guys, we're at tool number 3 in my top 5 tools. This is called the e-flyer for your database. Since you have Jared James and your CRM, you're going to have a drip campaign. You should copy this once a week and drop one of your listings in on that database, on that group of leads. Of course, it says, hey, I've got a home for sale. you can click the link and you can learn about that home. But down below, like that other letter, it says when that home sells, it's going to affect your home value. That is what I definitely want you to get familiar with, is when you're marketing, get this out there on the CRM. Our clients who are starting to use this, and we've got tons of feedback on this. I've had a client who said they've had 3,000 leads in their database for like years and nothing ever happened. And then they drop this in and they get a bunch of new listing leads. They get kind of it re-jazzes those leads. So if you can use this once a week, once a month, you're going to get some more business out of this, because the drip campaigns they're just not that mind-boggling, right? They're not changing our world. They're just keeping in touch. So back to my top 5 tools. The listing landing page was number 1. We've seen it over and over. The seller social media tools, I showed you what that looked like for open house and for just sold. You got to use those. The flyer for your database is number 3. We just looked at that. And then the print flyer for nearby homeowners, that's the letter that Dustin mailed to 250 homes and got 10 listings, and Cheyenne knocked on doors for 7 hours and got 4 listings. So we get that. The last one is the home valuation landing page. Do any of you use that?
Yeah.
Cool. So I am not going to spend a ton of time on that, because if you're using it, well, let me ask, is there anybody there that doesn't use this, and we need to dive into it?
Yeah, go ahead and dive into it.
You want to dive into it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to go into landing pages. It's at the top here of my site. And on landing pages, I have a bunch. But how you create it is you click this little bar up on the left, and it gives you some options. The number 1 option is Property Valuation Plus. That's the home value landing page. You can also create custom landing pages for buyers, custom landing pages for sellers. You can create empty nester landing pages. If you've got a report, like maybe you bought something that's talking about, I don't know, top things to do when you're selling a home or something, you can create a report that they have to sign in before they can get the report. So it's a landing page like that. But number 1, Property Valuation Plus, you just select it, and then you type in the name of the town that you want, and you click over here, Add Landing Page. Okay? And there's some new automation on this, so I'm glad you're all listening to me and we're listening to this call, because there's some really powerful stuff we just added. And by powerful, our clients are getting listing appointments, not just listing leads on this. All right? When we drop you on this page, it's got a default look of a nice little coffee cup and a phone. That picture is close to useless. People do not like filling this out, because it doesn't look like Gary, Indiana, right? Or it doesn't look like any of the towns around you. So the number 1 thing you must do is click that upload a picture and go over to your desktop and get a nice picture of Gary, Indiana. And fortunately, I have one ready waiting for me. So you pull that photograph up, you click save up on the top there and the green button, and then it's going to kind of upload it, and it's going to refresh it, and then we'll all have a nice picture of Gary, Indiana in the background, right? And while that's baking, I'm going to drive a little bit further on this background picture. Because I always do this call, you may have heard me say this before, when I set up a small office in Summit, New Jersey, they came back to me and said, hey, Vince, we're running all kinds of ads now. We're using your tools. We're getting a lot of leads. It's amazing. But the number 1 tool for home valuation had this picture in the background. It's a picture of the local diner that has been in that town for 50 years, right? Actually, 70 years. And I just want to point that out, that what you're trying to do is ask people their name, their contact info and their address on the internet, and they don't even know who you are. You need to convey and build some confidence that you actually know their area. And for me, for Gary, Indiana, I got a nice picture of Gary in the background, right? And so, right?
Have you been to Gary?
Yeah, no, I haven't been to Gary, but I drove through that state. I drove through that state, so I kind of know where you're going there. Yeah. So, so this is actually Maui, but
I got a question, because I was about to this over the weekend. Do I have to put it down, or can I just say, what is your Northwest Indiana home work?
you could do
Or do you
that,
want to
but
be specific?
you can do what you just asked. You can do that. It doesn't work because I live in a town. I live in a county called Contra Costa County in Northern California. On one side of Contra Costa County is like Berkeley and Oakland, and then I'm over here in the center. I'm in Lafayette, and at the far end of the county is Antioch and Pittsburgh. The sway of property prices on one home can be $1 million price swing. So if you tell me I know Contra Costa County home values, I don't care because I'm in one of the most expensive parts of this county. I want to know the person who knows Lafayette. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if I'm selling my home, I want the person who knows my area. That is the point of that picture right there. I know Summit, New Jersey, because I know that diner. Okay, Bucks County. People like to think in counties and big areas because they think it's going to save them time, and yeah, it'll save you time, but you won't be getting many leads for that. All right, you just save yourself some time.
I think that in this area, though, it's not 15 minutes, some other areas, because I have ran the Northwest Indiana, and it's done well.
Okay.
Because the three counties that we're working, the prices aren't varying. It's not like in New Jersey where you have multi-million-dollar homes and then you have,
Yeah.
some less there in another.
Right. All right. Well, let me tell you this. Do it. And if you get some good results, please let me know so that I can not say what I've just told you. All right? So,
I think that Northwest Indiana is just a little bit different of a market.
yeah.
The home values do not vary that much between counties.
Yeah. Okay. So, there is one new thing on this page that you have to do. Click advanced options. It's up on the top, advanced options. And click on follow up. It's underneath the red button. Check this box and then save it. This follow up is a monthly update of the home value from your email address to that consumer who gave you their email. And this is awesome because if we look at the letter says your home value has changed. Here's the update, but it also says, would you like to schedule a 5-minute consultation? And this very simple automated letter is getting listing appointments, right? It's got your name and your email in there. People are actually saying, yeah. And this gets to kind of lead conversion, right? Agents have been trained a concept that is like speed to lead, right? If you get a lead, you got to call it in 5 minutes or 5 seconds or whatever, right? And I guess that's true, but you know what else is true is 99% of those people are going to say, I don't know what you're talking about. But if somebody filled out a home value landing page, they were actually curious of the value of their home. And it's just they didn't want to talk to you immediately. So if you turn this on and they get an updated home value every month from you, at some point they're going to say, yeah, actually now I'm ready to talk. I'd like to schedule a consultation. And this simple automated monthly email is setting up listing appointments for our clients. The trick is to turn it on, okay? So even if you've been using this page in the past and you've been capturing leads with it for months, you can turn this on now. You can go edit it on advanced options, turn it on, and next at the first week of next month, we'll send those people an update. Do you understand?
That doesn't mean that asking, can we send that to our contact list?
No, we cannot. But we have something else even better for that. On the advanced options at the bottom, it says email and print. And when you see that, there is something, so it doesn't make a lot of sense what this is. But this is how it works. You see that there's a box here? You should write a few statements about where the market is right now for this month. And I'll show you why. I'm going to say the market is off the hook, right? Booming. And I'm going to save that. Now, you might have some marketing, you might have some language from a local article. The MLS may have sent you something, or you just may know right off the top of your head what's happening in the market. Write it there, save it at the bottom on the green button, and then click View. Now, when you view this, this is what we call a market update. And it says Homes and Sales and Sold Report for March 2019. So you could have easily noticed I said the market is off the hook, right? It's right there. You could have said, hey, you know what? 50 homes sold last month. The high was here. The low was here. Here's some other statistics on the market. And there you go. That would have been plenty for an update. And down below is, hey, that's going to affect your home value. Get your home value right here. Down below that, see all your homes. And these will show all the homes in your account. And then the last link is your Zillow reviews, if they want to see your Zillow reviews. And then down at the bottom is your signature with your pick and your phone number and all your links. This can be copied and dropped into your Jared James CRM. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I had an issue. I was doing the signature, the getting signature over the weekend, and it was just too long, and I took everything out, and I put it in my email, and it still just not right. So.
Send that to the support team, and maybe they can help you.
Okay.
Okay. But this basically, this incorporates, I'm going to click on this photograph. This incorporates, in this case, our Gary, Indiana home value, right? So all the tools that you want in front of people, they're all built into this one email address. So I really recommend that you get this out in front of people as often as you can. This tool here showcases all my Zillow reviews right in the middle. On the right, all my listings. If they click on any of these listings, it's got my single property websites, and these tools are only designed to capture leads for you and you only. Right?
How are these agents changing the color of the banner?
You can change that. Oh, okay. So the color of the banner is managed inside your account. So let's see. I'm kind of lost, but let me find my way back. Yeah. Okay. So over here is a profile on the top right, and you just click profile. And is it the banner that's on your flyer or the banner that's on the Facebook share image?
Facebook.
Okay. Each of you have a section that says appearance. And this color right here, when you hover over it, the blue one, it says this is the social media share image banner color. If you click that, you can choose any color you want.
That's cool.
Now, Tracy, if you have like colors that you want the whole team to use, you can set that up at the office level and that'll flow through.
Okay.
All right?
I think it's cool just to mix it up when you're doing an ad, so it doesn't look like the same color all the time.
That can be true. But you can, and another point here, you see this is showing on the right, like what my general marketing is going to look like. I can also say, I like this blue. The blue is what's to follow this home. So I'm going to copy that and say, you know what? I want that to be kind of on my single property websites. I want it to be showing up there too. So you can change the color of the system right there, and now things start to look a little bit different.
Okay, cool.
All right. So yeah, that's kind of that's really the story of what I've got. Those are my top 5 tools. I don't want to keep you forever. How are you doing?
No, actually, I'm going to have to, we have a closing going on here in a few minutes in this room that we're in, so I'm going to have to cut it short.
Okay.
I would love to do this with you next Monday at the same time after we all go in here and start implementing. Would that be possible?
Email me the time you're thinking of. I am kind of getting booked up, so email me the time you're thinking of, okay?
It would be 9:30 your time.
Let me look.
On Monday.
You want to do this same call again?
Well, not the same call, but maybe just we're just gonna go and we're gonna implement these things and maybe just kind of get you on the phone and see if we got questions.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I think I'm. Okay. Let me look. I'll email you back because I got some emails. I know I've booked a few things on Monday. Okay.
Okay. Awesome.
All right.
Thank you so much, guys. I think we definitely. Are you going to send me a copy of this recorded?
I am. I'll do it later today.
Okay, awesome.
All right. Thanks so much, guys. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.